go.
Hello and welcome back to FTLGMarathon. Today we have CastleSR running some Super Paper Mario Pit%. Very cool. Castle, take it away.
So, Pit% is a long category. Sorry, I messed up my timer a little bit here. Pit% is a category. Very fun. It's kind of RNG based. This will start. I don't know. Essentially, we're going to be going into Chapter 2, getting into the Flipside Pit of 100 Trials, and with that, we'll be, essentially just trying to beat it. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Pit of 100 Trials is an 100-floor gauntlet, basically, with enemies filled all throughout all of them, except for there's the breaks in between on every 10 floors, roughly. So, yeah, it'll be a blast. There's also a couple of cool tricks I'll be showing off beforehand. Most of them will be pretty early on, so we'll see how this goes. And for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm CastleSR. I speedrun this game, obviously. I've played majority of I've played all the categories, and I consider myself to be pretty okay. Gummy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Infinigummy. I will be joining Castle on comms today. I also run a lot of Super Paper Mario. I've run Pit%, Any%, 100%, yeah.
Thank you, Gummy. So, the first 5 minutes of this game are going to be a little bit slow. A lot of text smashing and cutscenes. However, I will be going through this relatively fast, so don't worry. Mostly, for the first bit of the game, it's mostly just text smashing. There's not much to talk about until we gain control in roughly a minute and a half.
So I guess plot here,
yeah.
But we don't care about that.
Yeah. So, I don't know, if you're interested in Super Paper Mario speedrunning so far, or have any idea, want to know more about it, I don't know, you can join this. We have a Discord server on speedrun.com/SPM, you can find us there. There's some wonderful people in there who would love to help you with learning the game, figuring some stuff about it, and just having a good time, so... yeah. Game's been heating up a little bit more lately, and having a lot more active runners. We've actually had 3 Any% world records in the last week, which is crazy. During that last record before that was 5 months ago.
Wow.
Exciting time to be in the SPM community.
Very exciting.
Alright,
so yeah, the intro, it's pretty basic, just a bunch of mashing. Castle is known as having the game over percent world record.
Or at least I used to.
Oh, you used to?
Sacred Ghost now has it.
Oh, okay.
However, I will still forever take pride in my Prologue Gold.
But we are running on Japanese version. It has a slightly faster text.
And an exclusive glitch in 1.2 that I will be showing off. As funny, cool, fun.
As well as to add a little bit of
spice, to say the least.
Excitement and spice. Yeah. The Japanese version of this game has a bit of a quirk to it, where upon loading into any area in the game, there is a chance for it to completely crash.
However, if say an event like that does happen, I do have a plan. I've planned it out already for this, so do not worry. I will know exactly what to do if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, couple basic things to start off the run with. So we're gonna be mostly text is gonna be done by alternating between 1 and 2. You can kind of see it right there. We're gonna notice when I start moving, I'm going to press 2 to start jumping. Jumping in this game makes you accelerate very, very fast. It saves a decent amount of time over the course of the run. You're also going to be noticing for elevators, I'm going to be pressing either 1 or 2, or both, to progress the cutscene faster, except for this elevator. For whatever reason, it doesn't work.
So,
I will also be saving, just in case.
of course. Just not at that save block. End of chapter, I assume.
Yep. That one's gonna give us the return pipe.
We will get some good use of this later.
Two particularly good ones, which was... The return pipe in any percent is typically used after every heart pillar, which saves a phenomenal amount of time compared to running all the way back. We will also be doing this later on, in Chapter 2. We'll get to that when we get to that. So right here we're having a small meeting with Complex minions, so it's kind of just an introduction to them. However, the only one of these guys we will fight is O-Chunks. Sadly,
we will
O-Chunks is known to be chunky and a bit of a troll.
We will also see Dementio, however, he will not fight us.
Nope.
And then all the other ones, nope, that's an
Nope, never see you guys again. See you later.
Sayonara, suckers.
Or as Dementia would say, ciao.
Of course.
Alright, so entering 1-1 here, we will also now have the use of Tippy, so if we point at the screen, Tippy will appear and she'll be able to reveal like secret doors and platforms to us. We'll be using this in a quick moment here. Usually, we used to actually collect coins here for some guy we're about to talk to who wants a lot of money. Even though we're the hero of prophecy and we're supposed to be all big and strong and need his help. So, this is the first use of Tippy. Reveal the door.
The first of like 4.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk to Stobius. So he sees us and he's like, dang, you look just like the hero. However, you are a hero impersonator. He was going to be like, okay, give me 10,000 coins. You say, yeah, and he's like, oh, you don't have that much money. He's like, fine, I'll take all the money in your pocket. Then he sees we're broke, and he's like, oh, okay, fine, whatever, I'll give it to you.
He, does not have a very strong backbone when it comes to that.
Nope. So, right here, Stobius gave us the ability to flip. So, flipping to 3D is going to be a key mechanic in this speedrun. It's also typically used in any percent. Like a lot, as we use the flip ability for an infinite jump glitch. However, we will not be using that here as we do not get far enough to obtain such an ability.
One thing to also note here, as you saw inside that building, Castle picked up a Shroom Shake, a Shell Shock, and a Fire Burst. Those will come in useful. The Shell Shock will be used in the pit to defeat some enemies quickly. The Shroom Shake, it's healing. Most runners have it for safety. And then the Fire Burst will actually be used for a little bit of a it's like a cheeky sort of sequence break. Not exactly a sequence break, but we'll be using it to
definitely not
get ahead of the game. and just do something in a faster order that you wouldn't really see in a casual run. Here we are also seeing Castle do the 1-1 point grind.
Fun fact about these guys is that sometimes, if any of you are like familiar with Moses and like the parting of the Red Sea, sometimes they'll do that. So the reason I jumped on those guys and killed a bunch of them there is because I need to have a lot of points. Going into an 100 like level gauntlet, being really low leveled can be dangerous, and actually in some cases you can soft walk, but since I have a lot of points, that will not be happening.
We're also going to be skipping that Mega Star here. That is
Sadly.
incredibly slow. It is faster to just run.
The only speedrun that is used in is 100%. And like
it's
maybe
not
defeat
even
should
used
do.
for speed. It's just used for like convenience, setting things up.
Alright, so 1-2. Welcome to one of the most infamous levels in Super Paper Mario speedrunning. So
Here's where we will see the elusive glitch that we need a JP version for.
So, there's two skips in this level. One is called Live Stream Jump, one is called Green Bridge Skip. Really, they have the exact same use, but are done very differently. So, if you use Live Stream Jump, typically you wouldn't have this many. If you were going to do Live Stream Jump, you would have to get 50 coins, at least. And you would have a lot less points because you need to die in midair to activate a life stream you buy from the shop coming up. And then from there, you have to do a frame perfect jump across the gap. I will be doing something similar to this. Called, again, GPS. It's essentially some really weird invisible floor. A little bit complicated to explain, but it works.
Yeah, it's an invisible plane that used to be TAS only, from what I know.
Yeah.
And then we found specific frame perfect inputs allow you to RTA line yourself up with said invisible plane, which then when you walk off it and jump in the right way, you can skip a whole long, arduous task where you have to go and grab a like a pixel, which is basically like kind of the best way to describe it is it's a special item that you'll see.
Yeah, which we will get it back after we do the skip. So, give me just a quick moment to do this gummy. That'd be wonderful.
No worries.
We're gonna enter this shop, and from here, this is where things get really complicated. We're gonna flip, walk this sign, walk into it. Do a glitch called shop flip, run up here, line myself up like this, Mario's hands outside. And you don't have any idea how hard that really was, but trust me, it is very difficult. Oh, beautiful! Beautiful! So right now I'm walking that huge invisible floor. Oh, beautiful! Where is it? So, that's Green Bridge Skip. That was a very good execution. You're gonna hear my gold sound here really quick, my bad.
That is amazing.
That was, you guys have no idea how hard that was and how impressive that actually was.
That required like 2 frame perfect inputs that are, and as you can see, he did a dark room Green Bridge Skip, which is a different variation of it that saves extra
Roughly
time.
30 seconds.
Yeah, because normally you, after doing the shop flip, you reload and go and do a bunch of like little like you do the same movement but able to be seen. And in this case, he basically jumped over some buildings and made his way to the right spot for the invisible plane.
It's quite complicated how it works. There is multiple videos out there that talk about kind of how it works. I might make my own video on it one day. Again, one of the most infamous tricks in SPM history. Man, I wish this was an any percent run right now, but take what we can get.
Getting into 1-3 here, we got to play a little bit of catch up because of the 1-2 explanation.
So essentially, I hit 3 blocks. Fast flower and slow flowers will actually give you 3 times the amount of points. So I hit 2 blocks that will release Pal Pills and a Happy Flower. And with those, I just kind of got a lot of points, got a mushroom, jumped into the red tree 10 times to make the door spawn, and now we're here. So Chunks, this guy's a bit of a troll.
He loves to throw you.
Stylish here.
Mess
Get
over
some
your
points.
runs.
Oh no, he caught me!
No!
Yeah, but this is why Chunks is a bit of a troll. He can throw you. I tried to go for a weird stylish strat.
Bit unfortunate, but the run carries on.
Yeah, okay, so usually we just want to stylish and need a couple extra points.
That's why you can see Castle shaking the Wii remote there. Fun motion control gimmick. That's how you stylish.
Yeah. There's actually a couple different ways to stylish. You notice that I was going like this? It's so that Mario will do like a really long stylish and you'll get more points.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Right here we're going to be doing a skip called Ice Turbo Skip. I'm going to be picking up this Ice Turbo. It hits me. I'm going to gain some height. Like, perfect. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to shake in a very specific way so that he's at the peak of its animation and I can jump right off his head.
Letting you get up to that door without a whole roundabout path.
Yeah. Now right here, coming up on another skip, Blue Pedestal Skip. This level's hella interesting.
-1 skip, as some people want to call it.
I just... Okay.
It's a little,
little dumb.
Basically, the very corner of this dragon head has one of those really fun invisible planes that you can use to hit the star block without going through a long animation, which would show it as actually being able to be hit.
That was a very poor execution, but it was kind of whatever.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah. So, up in 1-4, this Super Paper Mario's early game is something uncomprehendable hard to do really well. There's many, like you've seen, there's many things that can go wrong and many tricks that you have to GBS, what's it called? Blue Pedestal Skip, Chunks, Ice Turbo Skip, the 1-1 grind. There's a lot. And coming up here, we're on another skip called Key Early. So essentially, there's a lot of ways to get out of bounds in this. One of them is something called a corner clip, where you essentially just like jump into a corner and just be cool and go to bounds.
Yeah, if you do it the right way with your crouching, corners can be a little bit weird with them.
Oh.
Off you go.
Here we go. Corner clip. I flip, but okay, game. So we're now on like a weird sand seam, and we're gonna narrow way over here. There's actually a key spawned on behind here, inbound. So if I flip back, like that, and the way the walls work, you can just go right through there, and we're moving.
Skips you going and hitting a switch and going on a whole roundabout path. You can just cut your way through, grab that key. And here we get to see our second use of carry.
Carry,
Tippy.
Tippy.
Not carry. That is Tippy. My brain.
You're gonna notice a lot more of these smaller optimizations, like me just using throw to hit things and grab things a lot faster. Pretty neat. Throw is actually really helpful early on, like what Greenbridge tells us about him. Here comes the Ladder of Doom. For whatever reason, I never understood, but people can't get up this ladder.
I think it depends on 3D meter, but yeah, so, getting hit with 3D damage knocks you down that ladder, and it's really brutal. Oh, we haven't really mentioned that there is a meter with the 3D. You can only be in for so long, and then you take damage, so you have to be mindful. Normally, casual players playing will like be super careful, gotta flip back into 2D and stuff. Speedrunners, we kind of just one optimization that you may not have noticed yet, but once you look for it, you'll probably see, is that when we are moving in 3D and we are about to take 3D damage by our meters running out, we will do a jump, and that will make sure that our momentum is conserved through the damage.
Oh, those stairs were beautiful.
Nice.
Alright, so there's another thing I forgot to mention. I'll talk about during this cutscene. Is the door movements. So you'll notice whenever I enter a door, I'm usually trying to enter it at the center, and I'm also always turning around. What this does is, the closer you are to the center of the door, the less you have to walk. And when I turn around, my pixel tries to go behind me, so it speeds up the animation of the pixel going to whatever side I need to turn to, so usually it's on the right. We'll see this a lot in 2-1. Now we have our first main boss to meet. And our only main boss. Actually deserves this one out of 2. So this is Fractale. He's essentially the guardian here, saying, hey, you're the hero, I'll give you the heart. And then the manager's like, haha, funny. I'm going to make you do my bidding. Also, yes, Casper not brought up a great reference. The Wii Shop channel. It's actually in his eye. I forgot to bring that up. Then that kind of slips my mind. So,
there's some really fun dialogue here in English. Stuff
he ends up, he's like a bunch of computer errors, like system down. And he's like at the end, he's like Control Alt Delete.
I think I think at one point he says like, error loading drives. Well done, dummy. You lost everything.
I'm pretty sure that's it. So here, I'm gonna do something really funny. It doesn't really save time, but you can actually just click right here. You can just flip right through. I'm gonna line myself right up here, right with the wall. Flip right as the screen stops shaking, and as soon as it starts running at me, I'm gonna start running this way. Running south. As soon as he's off screen, I'm gonna start running up again. So what this will allow me to do, take damage and go right through his head. And so from here, I'm gonna line myself up with a very specific part of his body, this yellowish line right here, yellow-green, where his little dude spawned like right there. Need this last guy to spawn, because I'm gonna do a little bit of an interesting strat. If I can get it. A flip. Perfect. So if I can do that. It's a little bit complicated how it works, but essentially, when you're in 3D, you get pushed by this guy.
And whenever you load into 3D or 2D mid-air, the game decides to give you a jump.
Overall, it was an okay 1-4. Could have been better, but definitely not too bad. So with that, we're done with Chapter 1. Overall,
which is the only complete chapter in Pip%.
Yep. Overall, this wasn't a very exciting, very good, or it was a pretty exciting Chapter 1. It wasn't the best Chapter 1, but this was something that I am glad I could show off decently well in a marathon type setting.
It is also amazing for Castle to have got Dark GBS. That is not.
Yeah, I'm really shocked I got that first try. Like that was a very, very well executed. No, this is Merlumia. She's gonna talk to us, like blah 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 blah. She talks about her boyfriend and her ex and how she is that she had to wait 1,500 years for us.
And we just ignore her.
Yep, and we leave the world to die at the end of the run.
Mm-hmm. Because there's no point in beating the game. We're just trying to beat 100 trials.
Yep. No, this is on the Wii U. And or Wii, whatever you want. This is playing. I'm playing on the Wii U Virtual Console.
And now we get to a really infamous part of the run for Super Paper Mario runners.
Except for me, I like this part.
Too. Oh.
Hear me out, it's text messaging, I'm good at it.
That's fair enough. So this is basically this section.
Text mashing.
We it's just a lot of cutscenes for the most part.
So I want to cut you off for a quick second, Gunny, but coming up right here, since spoiler, this is chapter 8. So here's a theoretical skip here, where if you could get a key from chapter 8, you could sequence break all the way into chapter 8, and then save, and then you have access to everything, or specifically just in the return pipe. You no longer will be able to have Tippy. If you switch to Mario, you no longer have Peach. Right here, on that right ledge, right there, if you could find a way to get up there, go through that pipe, and get the key. This has been done with hacks before. However, the only problem now is that we don't have an actual way to get up there without hacks, and if you actually do get up there, get the key and save and everything, you're soft locked, basically. The reason you're soft locked is when essentially, how do I explain this? So in this game, there's 4 pixels you can skip that are 5. It's 5. So 5 pixels you can skip and get them back at the end of the chapter, such as throw, as you saw. So there's 2 pixels we need in one character. We need Bowser, Bleep, and Tippy. None of those we are able to get without some other form of sequence breaking back. So there's a bunch of different theories for a sequence break like that, but it'll take a lot for it to work out.
It would completely revolutionize any percent, though. Should we find
it would bring the any percent record from a solid 4 hours to like an hour and a half tops, like max.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there we go. Peach has escaped from the castle by,
kind of. By
who
just...
knows who?
Yeah, no one knows, and we'll never know.
Yes, because this is pip percent.
Oh, every single time I'm going through these doors, man, I'm just like, I can feel the sweat rushing. Good night, Stevie. If anyone ever has any questions about the run, feel free to ask. I am very down to help answer them.
And now that we're done with that whole Peach part, we get to go talk to our
dearest friend, Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
So, in SPM, we use like a lot of prior knowledge. Yeah, so in every playthrough, the order of answers and codes in the game are the exact same. So, right now, instead of going upstairs like they want us to, I'm going to go downstairs. So, spoiler alert, Peach fell on the same floor as the heart pillar we had saw earlier. and we need to cook something in order to awaken her.
That the fire burst that was picked up in 1-1 in Bestovius's house is used to make some spicy soup.
Pit percent is essentially a category where you beat the flip side pit of 100 trials
as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So, no trying to defeat Black, no trying to win the game. Just win 100 trials.
Yep. You let the world die.
So Castle's using the return pipe here. It is faster than navigating your way up around because you can just return pipe and jump off. Nice and quick up to the floor where Peach is at. It's a little bit of that prior game knowledge coming into play here because any casual player would have to come up here, find out about the soup, go out, you have to go get a fire burst, cook it, and it's a whole complicated process. But we already know what we have to do, so we can just plan it out ahead of time. How does he eat
I wanted the tricks in this game, like even like later on, just use like very basic mechanics, like execute a lot of simple things and save a lot of time. As you saw with Ice Triple Skip, we'll be seeing a little bit earlier entering right before we get to the second heart pillar. There'll be a couple of other things, mostly in the pit, and right before the pit actually. Merlin's just like, maybe second hero. And Peach is like, yeah, I'm gonna join. And Mario's like, oh, are you sure? And then Peach is like, yeah. And Peach has joined your party. So Merlin's gonna give us the old key. And here's the funniest part about this, is when you obtain a new party member, you automatically switch to that party member. You wanna know what we do the first thing we have? First thing we do when we obtain Peach? Switch to Mario.
Goodbye.
Go to the 3D and open this locked door.
I do not know why this was not thought through, because you need Mario here. And yeah. It's a very confusing choice.
With SPM also being a part of the game, for anyone like good with math, knows like the fastest way to get from here on a triangle is to you'll see me doing that a lot, is I'll be like kind of like slowly poking in like slightly diagonal direction, kind of like there. Grab this guy.
Here's
him
a
run,
fun trick.
throw, put him right there, land on him, jump up here. That saves a flip, switching to Peach and gliding across those platforms you saw back there, and then switching back to Mario. I mean, I guess that you wouldn't switch back to Mario, how I think about it. It switches a lot. It saves a lot.
Yeah. Just a good little ledge. Very convenient for us.
For the record, as soon as we hit the pit, we will be safe from crashes.
And now that we have that heart in the heart pillar, that unlocks chapter 2, which Castle is going to finish up chapter 2.
Here we go. So here we go. Sour Police. This is an absolute banger. It's kind of tricky. We don't get to hear this for one level. Switching to Peach here to get across this gap. There's actually a really cool strat you can do, but it's a little bit slower, so doing it. Flipping here. Right here. Hit these 3D blocks. Jump, jump, and jump some more.
So here we use that little, or actually we passed it a bit. Sorry, but we use more of that little trick with the game where if you are in midair, in 2D or 3D, the game doesn't know what to do with you, and so it gives you an extra jump. So instead of hitting those yellow blocks, where normally you switch it from 3D to 2D, so you can jump up there, you just use that little trick.
I want everyone to watch where Mario spawns in this next door. May have noticed, but Mario spawns to the right and not in the center. I don't know why Mario does this, but he does. He'll switch door in 8-1 that's actually off-center. That has plagued people, and every world record holder ever has ruined people by just mentioning its existence.
As you can also see, Castle got up there using a fun little trick called Goomba Jump. Normally, if you see that red square kind of up by the door, you have to take a long path around going and doing that. But instead, you can kind of just jump off the Goomba, and your jump's so big that you go.
There's a couple different ways you can do that. That just happens to be the fastest. A lot of people opt out to get the PAL pills, but getting the PAL pills is faster as you get more points, and it makes these next couple of rooms a lot easier as you can clear them out with little Mario.
Just jump on around.
These guys, alright.
They can have some really funny combos sometimes. I think
there's actually a really good clip from a very old SPM runner. I'm Dead. He's back in the day when we'd skip Boomer with a life stream jump, and the PAL pills hit the shell in just the exact perfect way, where the shell came back and it hit dead right when he jumped. It was the most unlucky thing I've ever seen, but it is a great clip, and it's really funny.
There's also times like Ben Waves has had a run where he was forced upon a item, the turtle leaf, because it just got airdropped to him by the good old PAL pills.
Yep. Killed a Koopa in the sky and dropped onto him.
I think I've had a run where they've literally juggled a shell between them. So they like kicked it and then kicked it back and then kicked it and then kicked it back, and I thought I was gonna get hit. Now, in any percent, there's actually a trick called Boomer Skip, so you can get to the end of this level without going through this cutscene of getting Boomer. And with that, you just get Boomer at the end. However, it's faster for us to just go grab Boomer and leave, because it's time to get into the Flipside Pit.
So we're going to be taking a bunch of elevators down, essentially. I think now we are actually crash-free for the rest of the run. So, hooray!
Hooray!
I am actually on pace to PB. 22 seconds ahead right now. Let's see if we can keep this. So here's the crazy part about Pit, is it can be really, really good, but if the game does not want to give you the keys, you could be in rooms for a very long time.
Pit percent is a very luck-based category. There's a lot of random elements in it.
But there is, most of it is mostly just trying to, like, handle the bad RNG. Right here, I did a fancy little throw with Boomer. Saves like 30 seconds. Compared to going all the way around.
It is the fastest way to get into Pit, as of now. But I can't really think of any faster way that we'd be able to do it, so. And now here we are, it's a Pit. Some of these first few rooms are going to be pretty simple. Really basic enemies that can't do a lot of damage. The pit gets progressively harder as you go through. But a few things to keep in mind. in each room there is a door that is semi-randomly spawned, and a ton of enemies. Which the enemies themselves are predetermined, but which one has the key, you have no idea. So we're just going around. We're going to be trying to do a bunch of tricks. As you can see right there, there is a little trick you can do with the tree. You'll drop eye on you. So it flips. You get the key where and get quick.
This is hard to contain high game, clearing out extremely fast.
My footage is a little
bit delayed.
As you can see, there's also a lot of level ups in Pit. Level ups are really useful because they alternate between increasing your max HP by 5 or your attack by 1. Castle managed to get the 60k level up, which will increase your attack. It's going to make a lot of killing enemies faster. It also has the added benefit of fully healing you, which is super duper awesome. Because health is
so I'm being really tight space to heal enemies, take them out much faster. A lot of times you have to go hunt down the enemies, and it's quite annoying, but it needs to be.
You may also see Castle using Boomer a fair bit. Boomer has a little quirk in Pit, where if you kill an enemy using Boomer, there is no cutscene for getting the key. It just kind of instantly is there.
Boomer also does double the damage.
It can be very useful. That too.
Remember, these hallways are quite tight, so it's very easy to hit, but it's also very easy to knock out like a huge amount of enemies at once.
There's also a fair bit of damage boosting. Get your way through rooms as fast as possible, so sometimes you need to get hit by an enemy to do so. Shells can also be super useful because they basically one-hit like majority of enemies that they run into. So a lot of shells in Pit you end up kicking to hit other enemies.
Here's a fun room. One is left in the Schlurp room. Essentially with the Schlurps, you can only take them out with Boomer.
They take a very long time to kill, and so Castle will be pretty much going for most clefts first, just because there's no point in taking your time doing the super long kills if you can just do fast ones.
Yeah. The bad room I pulled there, which is not ideal, is usually like around like 15 seconds or less. Sure, not a shell up here. Oh, that works. Again, very high-speed gameplay. I am just going to be knocking out enemies as fast as possible. I'm trying to focus a little bit here. Oh, hello there, Key.
Would now be a good time to talk about the charity supporting this event?
Alright, yeah, that'd be a great time, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Haven House Children's Hospice cares for seriously ill babies and children by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest of times. No family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with a serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, Our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of our children need 24-hour care and supervision. We are a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their children's illness. We are here for the whole families, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. So if you'd like to donate to the Haven House, you can use !donate in the link in chat. All donations will be much appreciated. Yeah.
I also want to say that I feel like this charity kind of hits home for me because I know a lot of these issues I don't want to get too personal here, but there's been a lot of issues that I've seen like this in the past with like my friends. Kind of a little bit more personal with myself. I think it's a great cause, so if you want, you can. I would highly suggest supporting this. Oh no. Don't have to.
Should we talk about this room? This room is one of the banes of pit runner's existence.
That Koopa Troll has essentially has a lot of HP, and so if you end up with that guy, you waste like an extra 40 seconds just trying to hit him away until he dies. But gladly, I did not have to deal with that, so...
The best case scenario, that he did not have the key. This room, the Spiny room, can be pretty brutal because each Spiny takes 2 bombs to kill. They walk off edges, so they can kind of...
They're just annoying.
Be a little tricky with that. If runners have any fire bursts here, extra fire bursts, they will usually use it to try and... Yeah, typically use it. It can kill like 4 or 5 Spinies. It'll kill every enemy on screen. In this next room, super fun. You kind of have...
I want to here. Family. They'll chill. We're going fast.
Unfortunately, with the randomized key, some rooms which are amazing, you get the key in the very first enemy you kill, and you get some rooms where it is the last enemy, and it can be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
The castle's gonna keep on going through, using humor, killing a bunch of enemies, doing the fancy duck jump under the ceilings, and
oh. And this movement and tech is very, very hard to master. The world record is very improvable, but it has a ton of skills. Oh, the other guy, dude, really? But the world record is very improvable. Still,
yeah, this is the chomp room. There is a single chain chomp, and you kill it.
The dumb heck room, what it should be called. Man spawned on the other side of the world.
It's really weird, because, like, sometimes you have a super good room, the door and the chomp are on the same side as you, but then sometimes it's not, and it's brutal. And here's one of people's most hated enemies, which is the daisies. They have health, and they still time.
Yeah, as you saw, spent this actually 3 minutes into the we'll see though.
You also see, yeah, Castle did a trick called pipe jumps. You can kind of work your way up some pipes just by using some really funky 3D movement. And then we have the good old squiglet room. It is kind of a break.
Ah, you stupid leaf.
correct me if I'm a bit far behind with the commentary. But...
Not really. Yeah, perfect.
Alright. This room has Hammer Bros. They can
They
snipe
suck.
you.
they can throw hammers down and they can go through like floors and stuff, but they can't go through roofs. It's kind of weird.
Oh, you're not picking up that catch card? I guess it's not really useful in this case. This room has Jobuses. They stick their heads up like that, but you can kind of just cheese them a lot with Boomer.
They did there.
And...
It was actually a very, very nice room compared to usual. However, I am going to lose a bit of time. Dude, True Bowler. Thank you for the GL, dude. Sorry, I'm like kind of like not looking at Jet as much as I should be. Nice. This room's kind of annoying sometimes. You guys kind of just crawl everywhere. On roofs, walls, floors, whatever you want. You actually get stuck and it looks pretty funny. Unfortunately, it didn't happen here.
In Castle may be at low HP right now. It's kind of up to the runner if they want to use healing or not.
Die! I'm like so close to level up, man.
Or if they want to risk trying to get the level up, there's a level up at 90k points.
Yeah, I'm healing, I don't care, man. I ain't dying. I have the key, what am I doing? Sometimes it happens, you forget you have the key.
You missed that you picked it up. It happens.
Kind of stressful. It's really hard to keep track of what you're doing sometimes in this category.
This room has some fun Cursias. They give you really annoying effects, and you can only kill them with Boomer.
Alright, so go down here. Get back down.
Yeah, pit percent runners take really good advantage of the fact that level up will fully heal you. So you can play a little risky, lose a fair bit of HP, because you get a good level up at some good timing, and you have it all back. Nice and easy.
Yep. These are one of my least favorite enemies in the entire pit. They just move so badly.
Yeah, Java's can be a little funky. If anyone wants to keep track at home of when Castle's next level up is, it is 120,000 points.
Yep. I know the black spot in the middle, it's dumb, but I cannot click that for the life of me. I've tried. So welcome to these intern programmed enemies. Literally, like, you cannot defeat them in some cases. Like,
everyone
turning into bombs.
Everyone hates ninjas because they can just say, haha, I'm gonna turn into a bomb rather than dying. And it's just a waste of everyone's time.
And
why does it do that?
I also love Castle Senior. I'm Silver Yay. Ooh, hello. Give me that key. We're on the top floor. Combo off those guys. I kicked that guy because I could get a bunch more points. More points, the better. Welcome to... Say hello to the Magikoopas, the literal worst enemy in this entire game.
We have a lot of worst enemies.
It only gets worse.
Yeah, Magikoopas are not fun because...
they're projectiles.
They have a really, quote-unquote, fun gimmick of sometimes you kill them, but they...
Sometimes you don't.
Well, no, but I mean, like, sometimes they prep their magic attack and you go in to kill them, and you do kill them, but their magic attack's still there, and so you still get hit by it, which is dumb and stupid.
This is actually a thing with every, well, not every enemy's projectiles, but majority of them, and it's, oh boy, is it rough.
Most projectile enemies, runners, will to try and run into them and take damage by their body, because that is usually like 1, maybe 2 health, while their projectiles can be like 3 or 4.
Oh, thank God.
Here's the Clubba room. Really fun, quote-unquote, room.
Yes. Perfect example of tight space, big combos.
Yes. Depending on newer runners, I think of Pit Percent struggle a lot with Clubbas. The duck jumps can be kind of hard to get.
They're big enemies. They're really hard to avoid. Even like top runners like myself struggle.
Yes.
And is it ever rough?
If you hit their clubs and stuff, it's brutal. And here's a fun gimmick with these Koopa Strikers. If you stand right in front of them, they just hit themselves. So they are very easy to kill.
You're gonna notice I'm gonna be comboing off those squigs. It's actually really easy to get a combo off those guys. A lot of points can be gained like that.
Basically, if there's any way that while killing enemies, you can jump from enemy to enemy, runners will usually take advantage of that in order to raise their points a ton.
Yeah. My next level up, again, is like 9,000 points away. But man, are these last couple of rooms until 50 really bad. Oh man. That's really good. I'm actually getting some good keys here. I'm making up a lot of time. Welcome to the Turtle Room. This one's pretty okay. Not that bad.
There are a lot of turtles.
Something to note is that every poison enemy in the game will always drop a healing item. With the exceptions of Cursias, or not a healing item, but they will always drop an item. I don't know why the devs made it like this, but whoever came up with the idea, thank you.
There's a very fun
let's
trick
go!
that
Okay, this room is very, very rough and infamous, and getting through it can be absolutely brutal, and the fact I just got a key like that, you guys have no idea how amazing that was for me. Well, if I actually did like a flawless last room, I'm golden.
I was also going to mention real quick, the room before that, you did a fun trick, the lock jump, where if you are above a door, the lock actually has a hitbox, and so you can, instead of having to fall all
the one
way
time,
down to
man!
the bottom,
Alright, well, not golden.
and jump to where the door is.
Oh my god, Gummy, I'm like 150 ahead right now.
Oh, that's so good. Yo.
A little bit more, almost 2.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm 156 ahead right now. This could be huge.
Alright. And here's more of the fun old Spinies. Everyone loves how they take 2 hits to kill, and Boomer takes so long to recharge.
Please, man. And, oh, yeah, imagine, remember when I was like 150 ahead? So do I. God damn, dude.
There's some rooms which are better to get first key than others.
Yep. This is one of those rooms where it would have been much better to get first. Actually.
Castle's also only 200 points away from the level up, so we should not have to worry about health. There we go. These
Right
are
here is a
bigger
very
events.
nice place to
They're
find.
fun. You can combo off them. They give you a lot of coins.
And a lot of points, actually.
Which, in this case, the coins don't matter too much. There are shops occasionally throughout the pit, but It's slow.
This way, if I don't get the key, I'm leaving the room much faster.
It's basically, yeah, just making sure you have all your bases covered.
Oh, let's go. This is one of those rooms where you want to get first key.
Yeah, these enemies can take a very long time to kill.
We have just received 1 pound donation from Adam saying, as someone who has had multiple family members who needed hospice care, I know how important it is. I can only imagine how much more important it is for children in need of care. Keep up the good work and keep on running. Thank you, Adam, for the 20 pound donation. Much, much, much appreciated.
Let's go, dude. What a legend, dude.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for the support. And I'm glad I can be a part of this. Help with this. And you idiot.
Oh boy, this is one of the fun type of enemies, possibly. These are dark. They come to you.
Oh no. If they do.
Basically, while standing still, dark boos like to spawn on you, and so you can use Boomer and really good jumps to just combo the heck out of them, and with some good luck, you can pretty much have them just bring the keys straight into your pocket.
Hit him, man! I believe in you, Mario. Yeah, this room's one of those like really weird rooms. You have bouncing guys and you have the floating guys. This is this is one fun room, man. See that gold Amaze Daisy right there?
That does 10
that guy
damage,
hits
by
you,
the way.
you lose 10 HP. If I end up, not only that, but he also has a significant amount more health. However, it does not matter because I got the key fast.
That is handy. There is,
Thank God.
yeah, there have been people who
There's been many
had their
trolls.
runs screwed because of getting the Amazing Daisy in that room as the one with the key. This is the Magiblot room. It is fast to kill the squigs around, but sometimes these guys have the key. They spawn like right behind you, and they can kind of be really tricky. But Castle handled I can't talk. Handled that like a champ.
Thank you. Alright, that sucked.
Just curious, Castle. Will we be seeing Super Boomer this run?
Potentially we'll be seeing Super Boomer. Because no.
We could talk about that if we get to it. Cliffhanger?
Perhaps.
Here we see more of the Dark Boos. Hoping that they bring the key to us yet again.
Didn't, but it's alright. Decent anyway.
Nice.
Dry bones are kind of like just like less effective hammer bros, really. These guys are annoying.
Yep, they are very easy to take damage from. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, these enemies are really rough to deal with. Here we go, the big tie leader.
And some of these ones are just zooming.
Aw, can you?
So, we do like to use walls and ledges to try and combo in a few hits. Tyloids like to change direction when you hit them, or some of them do. Some of them change direction, some of them don't care. And getting them on a ledge or a wall and comboing them can be really useful.
Oh, that was rough. Aw, where are these?
Unfortunate last key. But it happens.
These guys have like really weird spawns. Like if they're like a little bit like above the platform, sometimes they'll drop below, and it's quite annoying.
Yeah, it makes the grabbing the key kind of just really janky.
A little bit more careful. Bro? What's my next room? I'll probably heal.
The next level up is 160k, so Castle should probably
Comb my hair? No, I did my own hair.
Or wait 3k points, but that is pretty risky, so I think he'll very good here. Here's more of these fun little buddies. They like to
buddies
get you through walls.
I mean, I felt the pain of that. I know you wanted to go off.
They're fun. We love them. And there's our level up. So now we.
I'm gonna grab this.
Good.
Take a safety. Oh, actually, I had a lot of points off. He didn't die. Let's get another extra 800 points in that combo.
Because points are so important, sometimes even if you see the key, the runner will finish their combo they're doing. It's worth to get some good work.
This guy, I meant to for that guy, but I didn't. This is one of those really annoying rooms.
Hammer Bros are brutal. They're especially bad when they spawn up high, just because
they rain down upon you.
Rain. Yeah. For anyone who wants to keep track at home again, Castle's next level up is 200k points.
Death. I didn't die, but I took a lot of damage. Alright, so X is in there. Dang.
It's kind of chaotic. They like to kick shells, and then they take each other out, and then they take themselves out, and then they hit you, and you lose 10 health.
Oh man. These jerks.
There we go. Took it long enough. Oh boy, is this the fun Persia room?
No.
I got ahead of myself by one.
Where is this guy?
By being so big, they can be kind of hard to find and a really big pain when they spawn up high. I think just in general in Pit, it's really useful when the enemies are ground floor. Especially when the door is ground floor. I think ground floor door is the best.
That was a good example of Super Boomer, except it didn't really explode like half the enemies on the floor like it was supposed to.
And we have just received another donation from Coffee Drinking Noob with 20 pounds, with their message being, "Pretty amazing seeing this run in action. I still haven't been in this game, so I have a permanent PogChamp face going at the moment. Want to thank everyone involved for doing their part in helping to raise money for this amazing charity. All legends." Thank you once again, Coffee Drinking Noob, for the 20-pound donation. If you would like to donate, use the link in chat from !donate.
Thank you. We all appreciate everyone's supporting of this.
Much appreciated. Here's the rough puff room. No one likes rough puffs. They are a pain. They do a ton of damage.
And much like the what's it called, the Magic Koopas, their projectiles stay after they're dead.
And then we got the good old boomboxer room. These guys can sometimes be tricked a little bit. If you use Boomer around them, they will be stunned, and then they won't mess you up. However, it's not going to be used if it's not fast to do so.
Maybe in like if I was like at low HP, I probably would use it, but I'm not at low HP. Oh, I got the combo! Let's go!
Oh,
That was
my
sick.
God.
Oh yes, let's go.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, they can spawn like really close together there, and it was originally pulled up by Zackling99. Very impressive runner of the game. It's a pretty cool thing, to say the least. I don't know.
Especially because those enemies' match blocks can either be really kind or just terrible.
Okay, hear me out. I actually can PB this run.
Ooh. Oh, that is a really good key grab.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a little bit nervous, guys. I am a minute 20 ahead, and there's 20 floors left.
Here's some more of the fun Tyloids and pigs.
Hey, that was actually good. Okay, let's go. The record of IPB, this will be my first PB in this category in 9 months. So, that'd be pretty hype.
That would be.
Oh my gosh, let's go! We're zooming!
Castle is doing an amazing job getting past some of these really hard rooms.
Oh, dude! Good key!
Especially later in the run, getting some really handy keys can make it super useful in terms of health and just in general. Good keys, pretty amazing.
Oh, yes! Yes! This is going according to plan! Record, this is insanely good RNG to start out these rooms in.
Because those schlorps take 2 bombs to kill. So. This room's also one of the
Yes! Yes! Oh, this is literally perfect. This is literally going according to plan. This is literally my main character arc. Holy crap.
Especially those poison pokies are brutal. Not having to deal with that is super awesome. Here, Castle's gonna try and take out all the Magic Koopas, because,
taking out these Koopa Trolls takes forever.
Yeah. Just like before, they have really high defense and health, so it takes a super long time to deal with them.
Probably is that guy at the top, but
it's kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. Magic Koopas suck. They have their dumb projectiles, but so do Koopa Trolls.
okay, that works. I can still save time here, probably. Sorry, I'm like kind of in like my PB pace focused mode now. Trust me, getting a PB for me in this category would be absolutely humongous. I haven't PB'd in forever, and I would really like to PB this. Okay, 2 more rooms. We're actually doing a cool strat in 89. You're knocking out a lot of enemies, getting a lot of points.
Yeah. First, we gotta deal with ninjas. Remember ninjas? Remember how they sometimes decide to just not die and become a bomb? And then mess with us? Everyone loves ninjas.
Alright, get here. Green. Make the shell fail.
This head bonk Goomba can sometimes really lag the game. Just because there's so many enemies on screen.
Okay, I'm a minute 30 ahead almost. This is actually possible.
Nice. And that's final 10 rooms, is it not? There we go.
Perfect. On my way. Okay. Let's pull this out. You guys remember Yes! You guys, I was gonna say, you guys remember ninjas, right? Well, that we're basically done with them for the rest of the run. Say goodbye to the ninjas.
And he didn't have it turn into a bomb and run away and then keep on having the same process for like 5 minutes.
Ooh, oh, this is goated. A super boomer too.
So the trick that Castle just did there, if you flip at the right time, while Boomer is in 3D, it does a little trick where it fully extends its hitbox throughout the entire level. And it, allows you to kind of just insta-kill everything. That was another really good key.
It's actually gold, what the heck? Okay,
and there's another Super Boomer. There was a little trick, because, you'd think it wouldn't be able to hit them, because they're in 2D and Boomer's in 3D, but, nope. Game doesn't really care about that.
Hey, I'm actually like so nervous now. Okay, so we're actually coming up on the hardest room in the game, floor 97. This is the biggest run killer in the entire game, so just prepare yourselves. Okay, here we go.
You got this, Castle.
Oh, we made it. Let's go. We did it, bros. We got this.
Yes, it is just a single squiglet. There's the red chomp room. This room can be pretty brutal because they have a lot of health and are just in general kind of a pain.
Have the key, please.
Oh, I thought they had more health than they did.
I just need that after 300k, but...
Oh, true.
Ah, come on, man. Okay.
They can also kind of juke you a
Wait,
bit.
this is actually gonna PB. This is actually gonna PB. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
One more room. This could be like over a minute PB. I have a lot to save on Buffalo Wild Wings.
This is,
That is my last split name, by the way. Just ignore it. Ignore it.
I do
Nice.
think the timer on screen is slightly behind, so
It is.
a lot behind maybe.
Yes!
This Magiblot room, they can be really bad.
Let's go!
but
We're
he
getting
just
that,
got
baby!
First key! Ooh! This is a run, ladies and gentlemen. So you remember that fun
Yes!
dragon?
Yeah, you guys remember Fractal, right? Well, welcome to Fractal, but he has 7 more HP. This is not sub 120, no chance. Oh, let's go, dude.
It is the same dude, but you have to hit him more.
And he does 10 damage instead of 1.
Yes, all of the little buddies on him shoot little pellets that do 10 damage, and so they can be very scary.
So we're gonna be doing a very much similar strats.
Oh well, not exactly. Phase 1, the first bit. Do you plan to do any? There's like a few special.
That's just up here,
right? But the second and third phases, we'll see. There's a little trick. It's a little tricky.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna do double jump.
Okay.
Hear me out.
That is fair enough.
What the heck? I like jumped on his head. I didn't get on him. So usually if you have like a fire burst, you can use it here, but unfortunately we don't.
Instead, he has 10 health, so we will have to chuck a lot of these buddies. We also have to be pretty careful. They have little power pellet things. I don't know. They hurt a lot. So. But, unlike 1-4, we now have Peach. Which, instead of having to do that fancy 3D stuff, we can kind of just float. Nice work, Castle.
Oh, we did it! We did it, guys! PB! Yes!
What's the final time?
It should be a
Time is
a
as
high
soon as we
122.
go down the pipe.
So timing ends when fade out on the pipe. Oh my god, guys! It's real.
You'll get a full 2 seconds of using the Dashel. He makes you go fast.
Mash! Run! Not world record, like I was, like... I know that sounds weird, but it's like, ooh, I can see it now. This has been a long time coming. A lot of... Everyone who doesn't know, like, oh. Alright, and done.
It was
122.50! Let's go!
Nice!
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. We did it! I gotta screenshot this.
Castle... Wait, did you say 122?
Yeah, 122.50.
Castle just jumped from 4th place to 2nd place, ladies
Let's
and
go,
gentlemen.
baby. This has been a long time coming, guys.
Amazing work.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you to anyone who has supported this stream, supported the charity. You guys are the real ones. And thank you guys for having us.
Yep. Any final words?
I'm glad I could experience this with everyone here. I'm glad I could support an amazing cause, and I'm happy to see what you guys are doing. Keep going hard, and good luck to the rest of the runners.
Castle, do we want to mention the SPM Discord for if anyone else is
Oh, yeah.
interested in
So,
running?
again, if anyone wants to join the Discord, you can go to our speedrun.com page, speedrun.com/SPM, and you'll be able to find runs, Discord link, many guides and resources. Overall, great community. Would recommend you join it, and thanks again.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks, Gummy, for helping me commentate.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.